Hello guys, welcome to another AMA at the Scandinavian Crypto Pub Talk. Today it's Monday the 9th of January 2023 and we have SKYNET with us. So SKYNET, can you please introduce yourself, who you are and what kind of roles you have in SKYNET?
Okay. Well, my name is Robert. I'm basically the CEO of the company. I live in Cyprus, which is a small island in the European Union in the Mediterranean. And originally, I was born and raised in the United States in Los Angeles. But I've been here for 5 years, so I'm kind of Cypriot now. The background is basically finance. I used to own a mortgage company in the United States, and I did a lot of real estate finance and real estate construction. I got into crypto 2018. The lockdown helped a lot. It helped me take some classes and learn how to first off write smart contracts. I think the claim to fame came when I exposed CoinTool.app, which is it's a fake launchpad token creator website that basically steals all your money. What they do is they put code in the contract when you create a token on their website, and they take out your liquidity and everything. They do it little by little in a really smart way. But I exposed them, and I made a video on YouTube, and it got, at the time, maybe like 2,000 or 3,000 views. I started getting a lot of people that wanted smart contracts. So little by little, without even knowing, became my business. I became a service provider in the industry. And then after a little while, it became a little bit too much, where I was getting 15, 20 requests a day. So I created an app just like CoinTool.app, where you can create a smart contract online in a couple of minutes. It costs $30. You can create a token on the Ethereum blockchain, on the Binance blockchain, Phantom, Avalanche, and Polygon. I'm adding a couple of other chains to it. And the difference is we don't steal your money. We just make $30 a coin. We make $30 a contract. And little by little, I started making more and more videos about scams in cryptocurrency. For example, like Changely. Changely.com is another website that claims you can exchange tokens from one chain to another if you don't have access to a Binance account, for example, and you have ERC Ethereum and you need BNB on the BEP20 chain and you need it fast. They can do it for you for a small fee. But what they do is they steal all your money. So I made a video about that, and then I made a video about Change Now, and more. Little by little, that was basically what I would do. I would just expose scam artists and write code for different tokens. And now I've decided, before FTX even collapsed, I was a huge advocate of decentralized cryptocurrency. I never really believed in a reason for us to have to store our tokens on an exchange like a bank. Basically, Binance or FTX or Coinbase or whatever are essentially banks. I mean, you put your money in there, and a lot of them collapse. A lot of them end up changing their rules and regulations, and then they want you to do a KYC, and they hold your money, and they basically hold you hostage. And it's happened to me. It literally has happened to me a couple of times, where you log into Binance and you want to transfer $50 to your Binance card so you can pay for something, and guess what? Your account's limited, and they want to know where the money came from and what you're doing, and it takes them like 2 weeks to go through everything. So I was always a huge advocate of decentralized cryptocurrency, and I believe the idea of cryptocurrency, when Bitcoin was first created, it was created to give us the anonymity and to give us the power of feeling like we're in control, where it's not issued by a central bank, that you don't have to send money through the SWIFT or whatever. Just like if you're doing business now in Europe, in Cyprus, for example, my main business is still real estate developing. I build and sell houses. The biggest problem we face is opening a bank account for a foreigner, getting transfers from outside, even if they're buying a house and they qualify and they have residency all of a sudden in Europe. The bank is just a huge issue because there's so many different things involved. SWIFT is a company, it's a private company, basically used as a weapon by the U.S. administration. They can sanction whoever they want and they can take whoever they want off SWIFT, and the bank can just hold your money and do whatever they want. So I created SKYNET as a decentralized exchange. I wanted to give people the exchange experience without actually having to hold their money. You can just log in with your wallet, just connect like a normal DEX. The difference is, unlike PooCoin, for example, and we're nowhere near them yet, but hopefully we will be at some point, we have our own routers. So we have to have a liquidity pool for the token. And you just trade. You connect with your wallet. You can open your own liquidity pool. You make 0.5%. So you can make a BNB liquidity pool, an Ethereum liquidity pool, any liquidity pool on the chain, on the DEX. And you would make 0.5% on every trade. And the tokens that we're creating will actually be used as gas fees, just like BNB on Binance. You have to pay gas fees. You have to pay a transfer fee, a small little fee that's paid in SKYNET token, whether it's SKYNET ETH or SKYNET BSC, and in the future we'll have Polygon and Avalanche and other chains. You have to pay that gas fee. So the gas fee is in our token. Essentially, we're basically aiming to be a decentralized exchange, a full-on exchange that's decentralized, but we won't be holding your money in cold wallets. You connect with your wallet, you make a trade, and you can buy our token. Now, every time there's a trade on on the DEX, so whether they're buying Robert coin or whatever other coin, they don't necessarily have to be buying SKYNET. They have to go through the SKYNET token because it's used as gas fees. So that's where our investors, that's where our holders make money, because it creates buying pressure. Every single trade has to go through our token, and it creates a small little purchase. So the idea is, what I want to achieve is to grow the business as a launchpad and as an exchange, and let the tokens feed off of the business rather than advertising the business constantly as a token only. I want to advertise the business. So right now, anybody can go, for example, to skynetdex.com, click on create a coin. The website is going through major updates, but the token creator and the DEX are actually working. And you can click, you can make a token in 3 minutes, and you're good to go. You don't have to pay a developer. You don't have to pay anybody. You don't have to do anything. You own it. It's verified. You can go through the code. You can see that it's 100% legit. And you can start your own cryptocurrency. So with that, I realized after that there's a need for people that create cryptocurrencies to have a market. So the market is our launchpad, our community, our exchange, a one-stop shop for traders and developers that want to create tokens. Now, not every single developer that creates a token actually knows what the hell they're doing when it comes to writing smart contracts. And it doesn't mean they're bad people. It doesn't mean that they're not good devs. There's a lot of excellent devs out there. There's a lot of great tokens out there that are owned by people that don't know anything about coding. Because at the end of the day, to run a cryptocurrency, you're basically running kind of like a small bank or a small economy. You're controlling people's money. You're controlling trades. You need more money to come in than goes out, and you need the price to keep going up. You have to keep people happy. And so we want to give people that space. At the same time, we want to give traders the space of knowing that there's an ecosystem out there where you can basically invest in any token in this ecosystem on this exchange, know that you're not going to get scammed. You might not always make money. That's up to, that's the world of investing. You might invest and you might lose. But if we level the playing field and you know that you're not going to get scammed or rug pulled, you know how long the liquidity is locked right off the bat, you know when it's launching, you know how many tokens the team owns, you know everything you need to know. You can invest and you can basically save about 95% of the homework you have to do when you invest, because half the time you want to invest in a coin, you spend researching the coin. By the time you finish researching, if it's a good coin, the price has probably already gone up and you may have lost out. And if it's not a good coin, you rush, you're probably going to get rug pulled. And unfortunately, these days, I would say 99.9% of everything is basically just a load of garbage on the decentralized platforms. Even the centralized platforms aren't that clean. We see what happened recently with FTX going bust and what they were doing. I don't want to get into details about that, but I have looked into it a lot, and basically it was like a Ponzi scheme, a scam. So the idea is basically to just create a space where people can actually invest knowing that they're safe, and developers can come into a space, create a token, have an exchange waiting for them that'll help them list, that'll help them market. And we might not list every single coin, we might not list every single person, but the people we do will be there for our customers, and our customers will know that it's a safe investment. So at the moment, if you go to the website and you just, let me enlarge the page. The manifesto is basically the white paper. If you click on create a token, it's literally that easy. You just pick the chain you want to create a token on, and it takes like 2 minutes and you're done. You create a token, you own it. You can also have your own pre-sale. You can do liquidity staking. We're going to introduce this next week, where for free, you can own an exchange. You can have your own token creator, your own exchange, your own DEX and everything. We'll give it to you absolutely free, but it has to go through our token. So we will make a little bit of money. And this is where our holders are making more and more money, and they're getting more and more utility. Swap is where you would be trading. You can connect your wallet, obviously, add liquidity, create a pair for whatever you want, charts and everything. I mean, just like a normal exchange. However, it's decentralized, and it's not basically an exchange where you have to deposit money or go through a KYC or anything like that. We're also exploring for the near future, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have deposit money with a credit card. You can buy stable coin only, whether it's Ethereum based like ERC20 USDT or BSC BEP20 BUSD. You can buy with a credit card, and you can take money out. The reason we're only going to do stable coin is because we don't want a difference in fluctuation. By the time you buy and get the authorization from the credit card that it's not a fraud and all that stuff, you spent $100, you'll get $100 minus the fees worth. But we don't want to sell you BNB, then the price goes down and people get angry, or sell you BNB and then we're going to actually have to go and trade the money for BNB and we lose because the price went up. So we'll just deal with stable coins, but you can buy with a credit card, and you can take money out with a credit card. So we have a lot of things we're working on, whether it's on the developer side or the average trader side. And it all goes back into our token, which is SKYNET. Everything will have to go through SKYNET, and there will be a small fee that's generated, which will obviously increase liquidity, increase volume, and increase the value of the token. I see this taking a while. It's not a pump and dump. It's not going to happen in 1 or 2 months. It could take 18 to 36 months before we're actually at the stage that we want to be. So what we're looking for is investors and not people looking for a quick gain. I know that might not be the best thing to say right now because everybody wants to go to the moon in a day or two, and every single crypto investor wants to put $5 on a token and cash out 5 million in 2 or 3 months. But those days are over. There's places where you could still go and try to do that. It's not here. If you want a good investment that'll give you 2-3 times your money in a month and then keep growing little by little as a long-term investment, kind of like if you bought BNB 3 years ago when it was $28 or 5 years ago when it was $3. It's the same concept. We want to get to the point where I don't want to say I want to compete with Binance because that would be insane. They're doing $2-3 billion a day in trades. I want to be able to do about $10 million a month in trades. And I think that's a good goal to aim for in the next 24 months. It'll give my holders excellent returns. It'll give them excellent income, and it'll give them excellent value. And then from there, we'll see where we'll go. That's my 2 cents.
That is quite a vision you have, and a very exciting one, I have to say.
Well, thank you.
So you're basing now your DEX and creating tokens based on the Binance chain and the Ethereum network, or do you have also other networks?
Binance, Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, and Phantom.
All right.
5 chains. I'm going to add one.
Yeah, you have to look into Alvi chain as well. We are very interested.
The next step for us is in about 6 weeks. It's our own blockchain, the SKYNET blockchain. So that's already done. The Explorer will be up online in 2 or 3 weeks maximum. We worked on it for a little while. We made sure that it was functioning and it's decent. And in time, we're going to release that and a stable coin. The idea is to also do a pre-sale for the stable coin where we sell it for 70 cents on the dollar, but you have to stake it for a couple of years. So you can't buy it at a 30% discount and then dump it right after the pre-sale. So you'll make 30%, but you have to stake it. And it's going to be the first stable coin that actually pays you a small reward because we're not going to sell it for, we're going to sell it for $1, but there's a 4% tax on it. And the 1% goes to rewards, 1% liquidity, 1% marketing, and 1% to me, the dev.
Yeah. Yeah, so I see that we have Alk Manila listening. Maybe he has some questions about that part.
That's fine.
Not at the moment. I'm just listening. I'll follow you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have been investing a lot in stable projects, stable blockchains and stuff with kind of vesting periods.
Oh, okay. So there's other people doing that?
I'm locked up from 1 to 5 years in different project that is in the making at the moment.
Okay, that's good. Well, if you could share those, it would be great to look at them, see what they're doing. You can always learn something new from other people.
Yeah, one of them I'm in is in the Wormhole.
Okay.
If you heard of that one,
I think so.
Yeah, we went in with capital a while after they got hacked, and provided quite a bit of capital for them to sort stuff up. So that's where a lot of my money is locked up for quite a few years.
How did they get hacked?
I don't have the specific because I'm not a dev myself. My friend who runs Chainlink knows a lot more of that stuff.
Okay. Was it, I mean, were they holding the liquidity pool themselves and then somehow the contract, somebody got access to the wallet or what? Because it's really hard to hack into something like that. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
easy.
I know.
So a lot of times it's an inside
I'm
job.
not sitting on that. I can look it up, but the specifics
Okay.
I'm not sitting on.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm just asking, just to know, because a lot of times it's an inside job, and a lot of projects don't like admitting that because they kind of feel embarrassed about it. So that's why I'm kind of like a control freak. I don't like sharing anything with anyone. I need to control everything. I need to have everything under my control.
I think they have a $10 million bug bounty still running for anyone who wants to try to break in.
A $10 million bounty?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Sounds better than a duck race.
Well,
Yeah,
you have
probably.
to be able to get in. I think they're starting to get quite secure of themselves with that type of bounty.
Well, that's good. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
So back to the project then. Yeah, let's move. What do you say would be the main features then of your kind of ecosystem that distinguish yourself from the others out there? Because there's a lot of swaps and dexes and launchpads and exchanges.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, for example, yesterday I was speaking to your friend, Rex Polk, the guy that introduced us to each other. And I invested in like 4 different coins. I like doing that sometimes, like on Dex Tools, the new pairs, and you check them out. It says it's not a honeypot and it's all good. Liquidity's locked. So you put like $25 in each one. You think, yeah, sooner or later I'll hit one that'll go to 30, 40 million market cap, and my $25 will turn into 100,000. But it was just rug pull after rug pull after rug pull after rug pull. So the idea is to give people an ecosystem where they know they're not going to get rug pulled. So if we're going to list the token, this is Dex Tools. I mean, if you want to advertise just a little button on Dex Tools, it's $11,000 a week. That's the cheapest advertisement they have. And they're doing great. They're getting millions of hits. They're making a lot of money, and, you know, more power to them. That's their business model. But they don't offer any security to anybody. They don't give a fuck who you are. I mean, you could be right off the fucking streets. They don't give a shit. They'll list your token as long as you pay them. You can scam whoever the hell you want, and they don't care. That's the difference. So I'm sorry I used the F word a couple of times, but I mean, literally, it's that disgusting. If you pay them, you can just be a bum off the streets. They don't care. They'll list your token as a feature token, and you're good to go. I mean, look at Pink Sale. They'll KYC you. They'll do a KYC. They'll do the whole damn thing, and then boom, it's a scam. Go to CMC. Every single token that gets listed on CMC dumps because they're all scams. I mean, the formula to create a scam is just like the formula to create a legitimate token. The thing is, the world is full of pieces of crap. That's the difference. And so we want to get the people that aren't pieces of crap. If there's 1 out of every 1 million of them, and we only get 1 out of every 1 billion of them to come and list with us, that's fine. We need a small little ecosystem, and we need a bunch of people that are happy to invest in these tokens and happy to make money and happy to be safe. And that's what we want. We're going to force the devs that create tokens and get listed with us to hold no more than 5% of the tokens, to vest them. We're going to force them to lock liquidity, not for a month or 2 or 3, but to actually lock it. Because if you're holding liquidity, if you're a bank, you have no right to pull out the money out of the bank. And that's essentially what a cryptocurrency is. They have to lock it for 10 years or 15 years. They shouldn't have access to it. Nobody should have access to it other than the people that invested. So the difference is we actually want to create a secure blockchain, a secure ecosystem where people can feel safe. You're not always going to invest in something that's going to make you money, but you're definitely not going to get scammed. I mean, imagine if people were doing pumps and dumps and rug pulls in the NASDAQ, like in the US stock market. The SEC would be all over them. There's no regulation. So we have to do some sort of self-regulation. And I believe that the market is hungry. People are hungry for legitimate projects. Everybody wants to make $1 million in one day, but it kind of sucks to get rug pulled. I mean, it feels really bad, especially when it happens to you constantly. It hurts, even if it's $10. or $20. And I mean, going through these reviews and making videos that I make on YouTube, there's guys that lost $230,000 in a rug, and this is like 2 weeks ago in a bear market, and they lost 230,000. Another guy lost 100 grand. Another guy lost 70,000. Another guy 13,000. And I made a video about it. I put it up. I mean, it's insane. So
speaking for myself, I think I also lost like over $200,000 in 2021 in honeypot scams and rug pulls.
Well, if you haven't lost money in cryptocurrency, if you haven't been scammed in cryptocurrency, then you're doing something wrong. You need to get scammed.
we have a rule here in the pub that we might do shit on 80% and we hit good on 20%. Then we have to hit good on 5 to 10% of those 20 again, and then we're good. But this pub is, of course, a safe haven for investors to get knowledge, to get inputs, to kind of review everything. That's why we also do the AMAs here with the project that we actually do think can have a lifespan out there and on a long-term basis, because we've done a lot of memes and shitcoins in the crazy 2021, and then we had 2022. And the scammers and the criminals are getting smarter and smarter with AI, snipers, market makers, and all that kind of shit. So
listen, whatever you do to increase your business, if you're doing something legitimate, whatever you do to increase your business, whatever edge you find to increase your business, if you're legit, do it. More power to you. But when you start something, like for example, I remember the first time I got rugged, the first time I got scammed, I kind of got lucky about 3 or 4 times in a row, and I made a lot of money in crypto, and I thought, Jesus Christ, I'm a genius. It's my background and finance. It's because I own the mortgage company. I'm the smartest guy. And so there was a pre-sale on DX sale. I had invested in a token called Boss Token. I put 4 BNB at the beginning, and I took out like $240,000. It got to 30 million market cap, and I bought BNB. I bought $150,000 worth of BNB when it was $28, and then it went up to like 680. I sold at like 621, but I thought I was a fucking genius. I thought I was the man. So there was a pre-sale called Astro Dodge, and I put like 12 BNB in it, and then it just never launched. They just stole the money, and it was on DX sale. DX sale wasn't like pink sale back in the day. I mean, it was kind of like the Wild West. And then it was like 3 or 4 after that. So I ended up losing like $30,000 just to a bunch of bullshit, fake projects and stuff like that. And I realized, I got lucky. This business isn't clean. And the best thing to do in this business is to find a way to create an ecosystem for people to actually invest, because they need it. Go to PooCoin right now. That's where you buy. But they offer no security. Go to DEX Tools, no security. PancakeSwap, no security. They say it's decentralized. We're giving you the power. They're giving you the power of what? Of getting scammed 50 fucking times a day? Invest in 50 coins right now. Go invest in 50 random coins. I guarantee you're going to get rugged 49 times. The other one will probably die in 2 days. It's a joke.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the article. It was malicious tokens as well, like 351 once a day. It's crazy.
Yeah, we spoke about that. Yeah, these are malicious contracts. But then we went through DEX Tools, the new launches, and there was 4,000 or 5,000 launches on Ethereum, and I think it was something like 4,800 of them got rugged.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. And don't take my word for it. Go to DEX Tools and check the new pairs and go through them and see rug. I mean, if we don't give people a space where they believe that they can actually invest without getting rugged, then what are we doing?
Exactly. we need communities like this one, and also smaller communities, and we need projects like yourself building now to actually get back to trust and comfort in the space.
Yeah, and a lot of these platforms, for example, what's holding DEX tools back from actually from enforcing something? Nothing. They just choose not to. They're making too much money, or maybe they're not making enough, and they believe that if they stay the way they are, they'll make more. Nothing is holding these people back from actually enforcing anything. We can be decentralized, and we can have safety. We can be decentralized, and I can get a KYC and show my face because I'm holding your money. I have no right. If I was a Swiss bank and you came into my bank and you wanted to deposit money anonymously the way you could years back, not anymore, but you could deposit money anonymously and you'd have a password. And then whoever had the password could basically access the money. The bank owner, the shareholders, you still knew who they were. It was public information. You can just own a bank and nobody knows who the hell you are and you don't want to show your face, but you want to hold people's money. That doesn't make it decentralized or not. Mm. When you're dealing with people's money, when you're dealing with people's assets, I think it's a good idea to let them know who the hell you are, to let them see your face. It kind of makes sense, in my opinion.
Yeah, for me as well. Absolutely. Even though people can use deep fake and shit also to scam people that way.
Yeah, and there's a question people always ask, or like people always post, you see on these call channels. They always say, known dev worked with him before on other projects. What happened to his other projects? Where are those projects? Why is he working on a new one? Where's the other ones? So that's also a thing. People have gotten to the point where they'll create a token, and then, when they've made enough money off of it, they'll do a version 2 and then a version 3, and then they'll come up with another idea or something like that, and they'll just keep going. It's like there's no honor, there's no respect. We need to look at this more as a hybrid tool where it's decentralized, but we have to take some aspects of the banking industry that we've basically been used to for a couple of thousand years, since the Phoenicians.
Yeah.
And we have to implement some of that. There has to be some goddamn trust. I mean, you have to know that if you give me $1, I'm going to take 5 cents as my fee and hold it for you. But I'm not going to go invest it in something else and then tell you I lost the investment, like what happened in Sri Lanka or in Lebanon or in other countries like Venezuela, where the banks just went bankrupt, or even in Cyprus, 2013. How does a bank go bankrupt? I mean, I gave you my money to hold. I didn't give you my money to go gamble with it and buy a yacht and go to a strip club in Monaco. I gave you my money to hold it. So how the fuck did you go bankrupt? And nobody goes to jail.
Well, if the bank's purpose was only to hold money, they wouldn't be a bank.
Yeah, but if they're going to take my money and work with it, then they should tell me. If I put it in a savings account, then it shouldn't be going anywhere.
Well, you know that
you can charge me
lending,
some money,
and lending and interest.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we can't say look, we're not stupid people. We all complain when we lose money in banking industries and stuff like that. When a bank collapses, I didn't know. We all know what's going on. The thing is, we just feel like it's normal, and we feel like the bank is the way to go, and we can trust banks and stuff like that. But essentially, realistically speaking, look at what happened to FTX. Look at what happened to major economies in the world where they collapse and the banking system completely fails. In a country like Lebanon, where there's $180 billion missing from the central bank, nobody knows where they are. And the government wants to audit the central bank, and the central bank won't let them because the central bank is a private company. They stole the money, and it's nobody's business.
They can do like Biden then. They can just print new ones.
Yeah, but you can't print dollars. You can print new ones in the Federal Reserve in the United States, but in like Sri Lanka, the same thing happened. The central bank just dried up because they have to support their local currency. So you get a president who wants to make people happy. So what does he do? He subsidizes chicken, gas, rice, wheat, but he uses people's money to subsidize it. So for 10 or 15 years, they live a decent life, and then there's no more money in the bank. You get something like COVID, and tourism dries up, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, we're waiting for the big bubble also to burst in the United States. So
it's coming.
We'll see when it happens.
It's coming. It's coming. I think 2024 are going to be hard years.
I know
I
it
sent you
is.
the bug bounty link. I sent you the bug bounty link if you wanted to have a go.
No, thank you. And I'm not going to have a go.
No, they paid once already, $10 million.
They paid somebody $10 million?
Yep.
I think I'm going to get on the phone and speak to some of my Ukrainian and Russian friends and maybe hack in there.
So what are your security measures then adopting from being hacked?
Well, we're decentralized. We're decentralized. We don't hold your money.
Yeah, I'm more into the platform and stuff.
Even on the platform, it's decentralized. We don't hold any money. It all goes through BSC and Ethereum. So you'd have to hack into Ethereum's blockchain, and you'd have to hack into Binance.
Yeah.
You'd have to find a way to access the liquidity pools on the BSC blockchain to be able to take anything.
Because you're using your own routers or the Pancake?
We're using our own routers, yes, but we're still on the Binance and Ethereum blockchain. So when you create a liquidity pool, on the SKYNET DEX, it's still a liquidity pool on the BSC network, for example, or on the Ethereum network. However, the difference is the trading is only happening through our router, through our factory, but the liquidity is still held with Binance. We're not custodians. We don't hold anything.
Yeah. Understand.
What we've done isn't, it's not like rocket science. Do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, how important is the community for you to actually succeed here?
How important is I didn't hear the second part of the question.
The community. How can we kind of acknowledge what you do and help you out growing?
Well, for one, networking is always important. And when you meet a group of people that are serious, whether they buy or not, at some point, maybe they will, maybe now, maybe later, but it's always good to network with people. It's always good to get your name out there, to meet new people, to get them into the group, to talk to them, and just continue to grow. I mean, I can't ask anybody, I can't force anybody to go and buy my token right now, to invest in the pre-sale or to do anything like that. That's a decision you have to make. It's your money. I can tell you one thing, that if you do invest in my token, I think you've seen since we met until now how hard I work, and I'm a single father. I have 2 kids, and I work about 18, 19 hours a day. I have 2 other businesses, and I do this, but I'm always available. I'll guarantee you that I'm going to bust my ass until I get this where it needs to be. And the community you have, if they want to be a part of that, fantastic, great. And for the guys that don't want to be a part of it right now, then maybe in the future. But it doesn't hurt to get to know each other. It doesn't hurt to learn from each other and to trade information. Ali, for example, Alk Menela, he just sent me a link to something. So maybe we'll turn out to be best friends in 10 years and, make $100 million together, and maybe we'll never talk again. But it doesn't hurt to know more and more people in the industry and to learn from each
Yeah,
other,
agree.
to create information.
Agree on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Manila.
Excuse me, I'm going to get a
Okay.
drink of water. Just 1 second.
We only drink beer in the pub.
Well, I had 3 already, so I'm a little bit drunk.
Fantastic.
I'm a lightweight, actually. 2-3 beers and I'm done. I'm not much of a drinker.
The same. We're too old for that shit. Yeah, but a couple of 2 or 3 to get cozy. That's fine.
Yeah, just to get the head numb, smoke a cigar or a cigarello, and
Yeah.
watch the news. Find out what's going on.
We've heard about you kind of earning some passive income to, of course, take care of your business. How can we earn on your project beside your token?
Well, you can create liquidity pools, and that's safe. So let's say you put $10,000 into a pool. The pool will never go under 10,000. But what you'll do is you'll facilitate trades, and you'll get 0.5% on every single trade. So if you do, like right now, we only have 1 pool. We haven't started advertising anything. We want to finish the pre-sale. We want to get the platforms going and then start creating pools. And we want people to actually create the pools. So if you create, let's say, a BUSD pool on the chain, anybody who buys anything using BUSD, you'll get 0.5% on it. So if there's $1 million in trades a day, you'll get 0.5% of that. That's one thing you can do. And
cool.
That 0.5% will be going through SKYNET. So if you're holding SKYNET, you'll be getting the value of the token will be going up, and you'll be getting 0.5% in BUSD. So you can double dip.
Interesting.
Our BSC token, which I'm not promoting yet, but it's already launched, is actually really cool because it actually pays you 3% rewards in BUSD just for holding it. And it's actually a utility token. So anybody that buys anything on the Binance blockchain on the exchange, it goes through SKYNET and it pays all the holders 3% in BUSD daily into their wallet.
Okay.
So it adds up. If you invest $1,000, you'll get your $1,000 back in a month, and then you still have the tokens and you still earn on it. It's a really cool system. It's a really cool system, and I hope each and every one of you buys into both tokens, whether it's BSC and Ethereum, and just gives it a chance. I'm not telling you guys to go put $1 million in there. Put $100, put $1,000, put $50 for your community only. Right now, I didn't think about this, but I'm going to say this right now. Every single person that invests from your community right now, I will give you equal amount of your investment in the Binance token for free. So you'll get 2. You'll get your money back. Invest in the pre-sale, and I'll give you equal amount in the Binance token for free.
Nice.
Give it a chance. You've got nothing to lose except for whatever, $200 or $300. A fucking bottle of champagne in a club is a couple of $100. How many times have you done that? It's not much.
Then I can save up and get wasted again on Cyprus this summer and visit you.
Well, I told you, when you come here, I have a car rental company, so you don't need to rent a car. And I've got some flats. I used to do Airbnb before Corona and all that, but now Russians aren't allowed to come here. Our biggest market used to be the Russian market. And my girlfriend's Russian, so she used to handle that. But now, out of 12 apartments, like, we're lucky. It's in the winter now, we're lucky if I think we have like 2 rented out now. And in summer, it was like no more than 9, 8, 9. We used to be overbooked. We'd be booked and we'd have people in line waiting. And now it's, it is what it is. But that's just the world we live in right now.
Yeah. Good times always comes back.
Well, you have to go through the bad times to get to the good times. And life wasn't, God didn't put us on this planet so that we could be happy all the time and run around like, everything's so good. I don't want to get into philosophy, but life is supposed to be a little bit difficult. And that's why we have happy moments. And if we didn't die at the end of the day, if we were all immortal, then maybe we wouldn't love each other. A father could fight with his son and make up with him in 200 million years and not really care about it. We love each other. We have to be good people because at the end of the day, life ends. And that's why I feel like heaven's going to be really fucking boring if everything's so perfect and you have whatever you want and there's nothing to worry about. I mean, why, can I go to some place like in between heaven and hell? Can I just come back here?
It's called Valhalla.
Valhalla, yeah, that's what you guys call it.
Yeah.
Where you go party with gods. You go party. Vikings is one of my shows, actually.
Can you share some details about, let's say some recent major achievements that you feel have been done by the project? And let's go into some future roadmaps and targets this year and on the long run.
Okay, well, the biggest achievement that we've achieved, the biggest thing that we've achieved is actually we hired a marketing company who turned out to be a scam. And they stole our marketing budget. And then this is how evil they are. After the guy, we made him an admin and we paid. So they were supposed to do marketing and all this stuff. They stole the money. Then he deleted all our members. So we started again about a month ago with 9 members. And today we hit over 500. So that's the biggest achievement that we've done.
Ouch. And that hurts.
Yeah. And it's in the group. I mean, we posted the screenshots and everything, but I think they probably keep coming back. They keep trying.
Yeah. So, in the future roadmap, I guess you will find another great marketing bureau then.
Yeah. The idea is, well, I met you. So the idea is to, like I said in the beginning, to keep advertising the business. And through advertising the business, you just meet people that are like-minded, that are in the industry, and that'll grow the token. And little by little, if we're patient, we'll get to where we need to be and where we want to be, and we can all do it together. And one of your friends is actually a member on my group. He said, he knows a lot of the people here. I don't know if it's my place to actually say his name or what he worked on before, so I won't. But I have an open hand. I mean, anybody comes to me with an idea. I don't look at it like a dictatorship. I don't look at it like it's my thing at all. I really, right now, I just love cryptocurrency. I love finance. I love the project that I'm working on. I don't ever want to stop doing this ever in my life.
Yeah.
I'm in love with blockchain, really.
Yeah, I'm like that myself and a lot of the guys in the pub as well. Some of us are in for the quick buck or day trading or longs or short, but when I speak for myself, maybe a couple of others as well, it's for the tech to see how unique and disruptive you can be, what you can achieve by incremental.
Well, we all want to make money. We all like making money. We all like providing for our families and having a good life. And buying stuff.
When money becomes the driver, then it's wrong. Money is this kind of dessert of what you're doing on a daily basis. So if you make money out of what you kind of achieve and what your dreams are set out for, then it's the right focus. But if you focus on the money and not your tech or what you're building, then you're in a fucking wrong place.
That's exactly it. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I like the platform that I'm building, and I think I'm really, it's more like it's my dream exchange. It's my dream platform. Like if I own Dex tools, how I would make it, how I would do it, where it would be nice and safe and everybody could come and buy and sell. Because at the end of the day, I remember my grandfather told me when I took over the family business, which is construction and real estate finance. I got into real estate finance on my own, but it was construction in the beginning. My dad got sick and I took over, and my grandfather, God rest his soul, he's dead now. He told me, if you're honest, people will come up to you, give you their money and do it smiling, and you're good to go. So as long as you have your heart in it and you take what's yours, we all want to make money. So if I'm making 0.5% or 3% on my investments or whatever, that's what I'm doing. I'm not hiding it. But at the same time, I want everybody to feel that they have that chance too. They have the chance to get into this business and to do well and not have to worry about anything.
Absolutely. About the token you're kind of launching now on pre-sale on ETH, tell us a little about the tokenomics.
Well, it's a zero tax token, so there's no buy and sell tax. It's on the Ethereum blockchain. The other token is a Binance token. It has a tax and it has rewards. The Ethereum one doesn't, and I'll explain why. Being in this business, I understand that if I gave people rewards, what would happen, let's say I gave all the holders 3% in USDT, and I have a code where I can do that. I can give people 3% USDT on the Ethereum blockchain, ERC20 USDT. What would happen is the gas fees would be so high that you would see massive dumps from the contract constantly to pay out all the rewards. So the Ethereum token is a zero tax token. There's no taxes whatsoever. 55% of the supply is in the pool right now being sold in the pre-sale. 38% is being put into the liquidity pool. 12% is held by me, which will go into a separate liquidity pool on our exchange, because we have to create a pool on our exchange. Even if we have a pool on the Ethereum blockchain through our exchange, it's because we have our own routers. Our trades only go through our routers. So the liquidity is still on the Ethereum blockchain, but the trades only go through our routers. Just like an exchange, just like Binance, basically. Binance has their own routers, but the liquidity is still held by Ethereum or by BSC, or when we make the Polygon token or the Avalanche token or whatever, they hold the liquidity pool. We're not custodians. We don't have cold wallets or anything like that. And all this stuff is verifiable. I can send you the contract for the router and you can check it out. You can see that the pool is actually created on the Binance blockchain. The thing is, it just goes through our routers. So 12% will be put into the pool. I'm going to hold about 3% of that. So 9% will be into the pool. 3% will be held by me. And I've actually invested in the pre-sale. I put 0.1 ETH, just like anybody else. I invested in my own pre-sale. The 3% that I'm holding will go to, some of it's going to go to you. I have to pay you for this AMA. And then there's guys like the guy that introduced us to each other. He invested before we actually launched. So we did a very, very small private pre-sale before, and that's going to get distributed. But even me, myself, as the creator, I can't say the owner of this token, I will be investing in the pre-sale like anybody else.
Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely.
My goal is to make money off the platform, not the token.
Yeah. I totally get that. How can we stay up to date? Is it Telegram? Is it Twitter? Other platforms?
Telegram, Twitter. We have a Discord. I don't know what they call it. We have a Discord community. My son runs that. That's one of the things, actually. My son is a big player in this thing. He's 15 years old, but he comes up with a lot of the ideas and stuff like that. And I love having him involved in this. So it's a father-son type thing. So yeah, if you join us, if you follow us on Twitter, SkynetDex_com. So it's like SkynetDex.com, but SkynetDex_com. And on Telegram, it's at SkynetDex. You can stay up to date. I think we have about 19 hours left on the pre-sale. We already hit the soft cap. It's a small soft cap. We already hit it. Hopefully you guys will invest in it. If you do, like I said, anybody that invests from your community, you can post it on your page, even people that aren't here right now. I'll give you 1-to-1 in the Binance token. So you're absolutely safe. It would just be awesome to have more and more people in here. And at the end of the day, it's not about making a lot of money. It's about growing a huge community, getting the word out there, creating an ecosystem, and at some point, yeah, making a lot of money. But that doesn't have to come today.
We have a link for that in the chat already.
I don't know if the manager put it up, but if he hasn't, I would appreciate it if he did.
Yeah, sure thing. I will repost it.
And let them know, 1-to-1. Absolutely free investment.
Yeah, you can tell them yourself. Just post something in the chat so we have it from you. Okay, great. Time's up. Thank you so much for coming over. It's been a pleasure,
thank you
man.
for having me.
You're a cool guy, and we look forward to hear more of the steps you're taking now the next weeks, and with a successful pre-sale also, quite excited to see where you can take this.
Well, to the moon.
To the moon.
Sure. To the moon.
Or to the pub.
Why not?
One of two. Okay, great. I'll stop the recording and do the duck race. Thank you so much,
All
man.
right. Let's do it.
Let's do the quack quack.